Maya. Video editing can be extremely difficult, and sometimes this causes tons of resistance for those who want to take their YouTube channel to the next level. There are so many creators out there who publish heavily edited videos with motion graphics, special effects, text, and all these creative things that sometimes it just makes you feel like you're an amateur in the game. No need to worry about that anymore, because today I'm about to show you 6 different ways that you can spice up your videos using just CapCut. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you're looking to launch your YouTube channel or upgrade your gear on a budget, then check out my free YouTube starter kit, which is going to be available in the description down below. This shows you all of my recommended products, gear, tools, and templates that I utilize in my own content creation process. And again, it's completely free and you can download it in the description below. Adding animated text. Adding text to your video allows the viewer to understand visually what you're saying. It adds an additional element to help the viewer basically illustrate what you're saying, just so that they're not just watching you talk. They're watching something happen. So seeing something pop up such as text helps their brain basically understand exactly what you're saying. This also helps with retention. So this keeps the viewer's eyes on your video as long as possible. I'm going to show you how to add text, how to animate text, and also if you want to get a little bit crazy in your video, how to add text behind the subject of your video. The first thing you want to do is import a video that you want to edit. So what you can do is click on import in the top left hand corner, go ahead and click import again, select the file that you want to add, and then you're going to select import with this pop-up box. It will appear here, and what you can do is click on the plus sign, or you can simply click, drag, and drop it into your timeline. Let's say this is the video that you want to edit. What's really important is that you have the select tool on. So you can click here and click on select. Otherwise, you would be on something else and it'll look like this. So you want to make sure that you have select on, and you're going to use this line here to determine where you are at in your video. So let's say you want to add the text right here. What you can do is in the top left-hand corner, you'll select text, and then you'll click the plus sign under default text. This will add in the text itself. Now to change it and customize it, you can change it however you'd like in the right-hand side. So you can change the text from default text to whatever you want. So let's say we put welcome to my channel. Obviously it's too big, so you can adjust the size however you need it to. You can change the font. You can change it in all caps or make it all lowercase, or even mix it between the two. And then you can change the color. I would definitely recommend to explore what the options are in this panel here, because you can do a ton of different things with the font. For example, there are preset styles that you can select from. You can also go to the bubble tab and you can make it into a speech bubble or some type of bubble. And then you can also go to effects, and then you can make it customized to however you want it to look like. Now let's say we don't want any of these and we want it to be as basic as possible. So this would be good. So this is how you add text. I do also want to point out that you can change the duration of how long the text is going to show for. So all you have to do is click on the text, and then on the end of the text, you can click and drag it out or in to change how long the text is going to appear. So another thing that you can do is animate your text. So in the top right-hand corner, you're going to click animation, and you can choose from any of the animations that show here. What I typically like to do is keep the animation toggle to in. I don't usually select out or loop. I usually select in because it makes the most sense. And what you can do is change the duration of how long the effect takes place. So if I want it to be super quick, it'll look like that. I can make the duration shorter, or if I want it to last a little bit longer, then it would look like that. So you change the duration at the bottom of this panel. So then what you can also do is you can make the text show up behind the subject of the video, which here the subject would be me. So let's say I don't want the animation, you can keep it on if you'd like, but let's say I want it to be as standard as possible. We're gonna move this line here just to make sure we can see the text and myself, because I'm the subject of the video. And then in order for me to show up in front of the text, you're gonna have to do a couple of things. So the first thing is we're going to move the text into the position that we want it to show. So let's say I want it to be bolded, all caps. I want it to be pretty big, but I want it to peek behind my head just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and position it right there. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the select tool, and then we're going to change it to split. Now from here, we're going to hover over the video, but we're gonna make sure that we're at the beginning of the text. We're going to click on the video, and then we're gonna go to the end of the text and then click on the video again. We're gonna go back to the tool and then click select. And then what you wanna do here is you're gonna go ahead and right click on the video itself, and then you're gonna go ahead and copy. Make sure you move your move the line to the beginning of the video. And then on a Mac keyboard, you're going to hold Command V, so it'll paste it. And it'll be the exact same video twice. So from here, what you can do is you're gonna go ahead and click on the text, hold on to the Command button, and then click on the video at the bottom. You're gonna go ahead and right click it, and then select Create Compound Clip. Now the top video, you're going to select it to make sure that we know that we're working specifically on this clip. And then you're gonna go to Remove BG at the top right-hand corner. At the bottom, it says Auto Removal. You're gonna go ahead and click on that. And it should automatically remove the background, but keep the subject of the video in, which is myself. So then when you play the video, it would look like this. Adding and adjusting background music. When searching for the right background track for your video, if you want to add one, you want to make sure you have already predetermined what you're trying to go for. Is there a specific mood you're trying to go for? Is there a specific pace you're trying to go for? Is there a certain vibe that you want your video to feel like? So make sure you predetermine the vibe of your video beforehand before you go ahead and attempt to look for a song. If you're wondering where you can get music for your videos so they're not copyrighted, I highly recommend Envato Elements, or even better, Epidemic Sound. Envato Elements and Epidemic Sound are both subscription-based services that you can utilize for your YouTube videos. Epidemic Sound has copyright-free music that creators typically use for their YouTube videos, and then Envato Elements not only has music, but also has stock videos, photos, graphics, templates, fonts, and so much more. I highly recommend to invest in one of the two, especially if you do want to add music and you don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. I highly recommend that you invest into one of these services just so that you can protect yourself. A key tip is when you're editing your video, you don't want your background music to basically overpower your voice. You want to make sure that the focus of the video is your voice and the information that you are sharing and not the background music. You don't want it to drown out what you're saying at all. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can download it, import it, and adjust the volume of your background music. If you're using Envato Elements, you can simply go to Music, and then you can type in the kind of vibe that you're going for. You're going to go ahead and listen to the type of songs that you want to possibly put in your video. And when you've made the selection of which song you want in the background, you're gonna go ahead and hover over download, click on that, and make sure you take note of where that file is going to be. We're gonna go ahead and head to CapCut, find the song, and then select import. Once it's imported, you're going to see it on the left-hand side of your editing software. And then all you have to do is make sure you drag this line to the beginning of your video and then click on the plus sign over the audio track. And as you can see, it automatically added it in. So if we're looking at the frequency of the audio, you can see at the beginning, nothing is happening here. Click and drag this in until the first peak comes up. So then we're gonna go ahead and click and drag the audio to the beginning so that when the video starts, the music plays. Now, to adjust the volume, there's a line here that shows in the center of your music. You're gonna go ahead and click and drag it down. And I would say a good starting point is -25 dB. And what you can do is you can restart and you can watch it over. And if it's too quiet, all you have to do is click and drag it to adjust it until you feel it is suitable for your video. Zooming in and out, perfect. I know you've probably seen videos where you see the screen zoom in and out of somebody's face without splitting the video or adding jump cuts to it. And you've probably wondered, how in the world do they do this? I'm about to show you how. So on the right-hand side, I'm gonna go ahead and drag this and zoom in to the part I want to add the effect to. So what I'm going to do is determine when I want the zoom to start. Make sure that your line here is exactly in that spot. So we're gonna go ahead and click on the video once we determine where that line is going to sit. And then in the right-hand side under basic, and then what we're gonna do here is click on this diamond shape right here. You can see all 4 of these diamonds light up, which is exactly what we want. When we're zooming in, you want to determine where that zoom is going to end. So let's say right here is where I want it to end. Adjust the video frame according to what you want it to look like. So you can use the scale right here, or you can simply use the actual video screen by clicking on the corner and dragging it out. And let's say you want it to end right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the diamond next to transform, and then you're gonna see all 4 of these diamonds light up. These are called keyframes. So when you start at this first keyframe, we're gonna hit play, and you can see that it zoomed in. And it was pretty fast. So if you want it to slow down a bit, all you have to do is click on the video and then take the second keyframe or diamond and drag it out to where you want it to end. So let's say we want it at the end of this clip, and then if we replay it, it's going to look like that. But let's say we want to zoom in and then zoom out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let's say we want it to start right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on the video. I'm going to click on the top diamond, so all 4 of them are highlighted. And then I'm going to go ahead and maybe zoom in right here. So then I'm going to go ahead and change this to where I want it to end, and then click on the diamonds again. And then let's say I wanted to zoom out eventually, but I don't want to split up or edit out the video at all. I don't want to trim it up. I'm going to go ahead and move this forward. So let's say we want the zoom to basically start right here where it starts to zoom out. We're going to go ahead and click on the diamond at the top. And then let's say we want to zoom all the way back out, and it's going to be a normal frame at this point. You're going to type in 100% and then click on the diamond at the top, and then it shows at the normal frame. So if we look at it fully and watch it over, it would look like this. And so if we click on the video where the zoom happens, you can see there's supposed to be 4 diamonds on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The end diamonds, so the first one and the last one, are going to be the diamonds where it shows it at 100% scale. So if we click on it, you can see that it's at 100% scale, and all 4 of these diamonds are highlighted in blue. And then the middle ones are going to be basically where the zoom is closer to my face. On this diamond, if I click on it, you can see it's at 137%. All 4 diamonds are selected, and then the other diamond is at 137% and all 4 are selected. Adding motion graphics. Adding in motion graphics can be a little technical and can be a little complicated. And even till this day, I still wonder how some creators create very crazy motion graphics. I'm about to show you how to do a simple one using Canva. I personally use Canva for creating motion graphics, and I'm not the best at it, but it helps me get by with my videos and adds a little bit of characteristics to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and click Create a Design. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is type in YouTube, and then you can select on anything that will fit a YouTube video. So YouTube intro, YouTube gaming video, YouTube outro, doesn't matter. You're gonna click on one of them and then name it whatever you want. And so what you can do here is, depending on what you want to display, you're gonna go ahead and add elements depending on that. So let's say you want to emphasize something that you're going to be talking about in your video. And let's say that our video is going to be about social media. So what we're gonna do here is, depending on how long that part is in our video, we wanna make sure that we set up the duration correctly. So let's say it's only gonna be about 5 seconds long. I think that's a good foundation. And then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and search for what we want to pop up on screen while we're talking. So let's say I want to talk about Instagram. So I'm going to type in Instagram. I'm going to look through if I can find any that's relevant. And then I'm going to go ahead and look for Facebook. We're going to go ahead and find a Facebook icon. Then I'm going to go ahead and look for YouTube. So we're going to go ahead and add in a YouTube logo. Or this is short, so this is fine. And then we're gonna go ahead and let's say TikTok. We're gonna go ahead and add in some type of TikTok icon. We'll just use Snapchat. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, you wanna make sure that it's a good size for your video. So if you review your video, you wanna be sure that these icons are gonna show up proportionately inside of your video, if that makes sense. So if I'm looking at this and I'm imagining myself in the center, I want to make sure that it fits. So for example, if I'm looking at this video and this is what it's going to look like right here, I'm going to need to put my icons in the space on the outside. So we're going to do the best that we can to eyeball it. So let's say we put it right here, and then we put this one right here. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to click in the background, click on background color, and then we're going to select green. You just want to make sure that in your actual video on CapCut, there's no green, so that when we add it in and we take the green out, it doesn't make it look strange. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to animate it because we don't want it to just pop up very boringly. We're going to go ahead and animate it so there's a little bit of character to it. So what you can do is click on animate, and then you can actually animate the entire page however you'd like. So let's say we do baseline, breathe, wipe. We're just going to look through the different ones. I think pop is fine, so we're going to do pop. And then we're going to do pop on both. This is completely up to you how you want it to appear. And so if you were to play from the beginning, it would look like this. And let's say you think that's too long. All you have to do is in the timeline, you can click and drag it to whatever duration you would like it to appear as. So let's say 3 seconds, I think is good. And let's say you want to change the duration of the individual icon. So what you can do here, let's say if you want Facebook to show for a certain amount, you can right click it and then click on show timing. And this shows you when it's going to pop up and when it's going to go away. You can do it with the other ones as well. Simply just click on a different icon and then you can adjust it. If you click on the other one, you can see in the timeline how it changes, and you can adjust to when it appears and then when it goes away. So let's say we want this one like this. It's going to be up for 1.4 seconds. This one will be up for 1.7, 1.8 seconds. This one will be up for 2 seconds. And then this one will be up for, let's do 2.5. So if we were to watch it, it would look like this. And you can see now it's in order. So then what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and click on share, click download. Make sure the file type is MP4 video and then select download again, and just make sure you know where you're downloading the file to so that when you import it, you can find it. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go ahead and import that motion graphic, and then you're going to go ahead and click and drag it on your timeline, and you want to make sure it is above your main video. So let's say we want it to be right here. And then what you're going to do here is make sure you have the motion graphic selected. You're going to click remove BG. You're going to select chroma key, click on the pen next to color picker, and then you're going to select the green background and change the intensity. So I'm just going to change it to 18, 20, let's see. Let's do 30. And then what you're going to do is review it and watch it and make sure it matches. Perfect. And that's how you add your own motion graphics to your video with Canva, illustrating with stock videos or B-roll. In my opinion, the best way to break up your video visually if you don't have motion graphic experience and if you're on a time crunch is by adding stock videos or B-roll. The difference between the two is stock videos are pretty much created by a platform like Envato Elements where you can download it and then you can simply just overlay it in your video while you're talking, whereas B-roll is basically footage that you capture on your own, doing or acting out what you're saying. I highly recommend to incorporate B-roll more than stock videos just so that it feels a little bit more personable and that you are the focus of your video instead of having like a corporate style video where you have heavy stock videos in it. But if you are on a time crunch, Envato Elements has tons of stock videos that you can download, and if you have a monthly subscription with them, you can download an unlimited amount of stock videos for your videos. We are on Envato Elements and you're looking for stock video. All you have to do is select the drop down, click on stock video, and then type in whatever you're trying to add. So let's go ahead and add social media. And then what you can do is you can click download and download the video that you want. And then just be sure you know where you downloaded it, and then you're going to import it into your CapCut. If you've recorded B-roll, then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go ahead and import it. So you're going to go ahead and find the B-roll or the stock video that you want to add, click on import, and then you're going to go ahead and add it wherever you want in your video. So let's say I want it at the beginning of my video. I'm going to go ahead and click and drag it And I'm going to drag it all the way at the top and add an additional line just so that it doesn't push everything. And then I'm going to go ahead and just trim it down to wherever I want it to stop. So then once I trimmed it down, I'm going to go ahead and just drag it down so it fits snugly right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure I mute this. So that's something that's really important, is making sure that your additional videos are muted so that you don't have to worry about it overlapping your actual video. So then if we watch it, it would look like this. And let's say we want to add stock videos to the end of the video. We're going to go ahead and add the stock video. We're going to go ahead and add the stock video, and we're going to do the exact same thing, just putting it in its own line at the top and then adjusting it to where it fits snugly into the next line below. So then it would look like this. And then if you want to adjust how the frame looks, so as you can see here, there's some lines at the top to where the stock video doesn't fit snugly. All you have to do is adjust it on the scale, and then you can make it fit perfectly. So we're gonna make sure that looks good, or maybe I want it to be a little bit zoomed in. Enhance your video with sound effects. Adding those small little sound effects like this is one of those small little tricks to keep your audience a little bit more engaged during your videos. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to add those in. Envato Elements has tons of sound effects. You can simply go to sound effects at the top and then type in whatever you're looking for. You can also filter it out by selecting one of these options here. And then all you have to do is listen to them as you go through and figure out which one you want. All you have to do is click on download and then import it into CapCut. So let's say this is the sound effect that I want. I'm gonna go ahead and click on import. We're gonna go ahead and click and drag it to the bottom of the timeline of CapCut. Because it's an audio, the audio is always going to show up at the bottom and the video is always going to show up at the top. This is not going to play until this point of the audio. So you want to make sure that you edit it to where it's trimmed down. And then you also don't want orange peaks. So I'm going to go ahead and use the line in the center to click and drag to make it come down so that it's not too loud. And again, you're going to start at -25 and then you're going to work your way up or down depending on how it sounds. So I want it to pop up for my social media icon. So I want 4 pops. And so we're just going to move this around until it aligns with the pop-ups of the icons. So when I did listen to it, it was too quiet. So I'm going to bring it up a bit. And then I'm gonna watch it through and move the sound effect around until it matches the video. And if you want to replicate the sound, all you have to do is right click it and then click on copy, and then use the yellow line or the white line to determine where you want it to pop up or where you want to use it. And then you're going to click Command V to paste it. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this. Move this around and then paste, 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 paste. So this is what it would look like. And I think that looks good. So let's say this is our entire video, even though it's just a very short segment of a video. We're gonna go ahead and watch it through. And if we like it, we're good. And if you don't like it, you will adjust it according to however you want it to look like. The stock video doesn't match what I'm saying in the video, but you definitely get the point of what I'm trying to show you. And I'm hoping that all of these tips together helps with creating a captivating and engaging video for your own YouTube channel. And like I said earlier, if you're looking to start your YouTube channel or upgrade your gear on a budget, check out my free YouTube starter kit, which is going to be available as a download in the description down below. And if you want to continue to improve your content so that you can eventually build a business out of YouTube and social media, then go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel and then click on the video on the screen and I'll see you there. Bye.